This is my History 141 video on the life and work of Albert Kahn. So Albert Kahn was born March 21st, 1869, and he died December 8th, 1942. He's known as the architect of Detroit. In his early life, he immigrated to Detroit in 1880 with his family. He was just 11 years old at the time. His family was Jewish, and they came here from Germany. He got a job as a teenager at the architectural firm of Mason and Rice, and then after that, in 1895, he founded his own architectural firm called Albert Kahn Associates. His work as an architect, he and his firm created more than 2,000 buildings. Most of those buildings were made, for Henry Ford and General Motors. Most of them around the Detroit area in Michigan. He revolutionized the concept of what a factory should be. So most people, they think of Henry Ford with the assembly line and everything, but Henry Ford worked closely with Kahn in creating a building that would make it like flow and work smoothly for the assembly line. So he was also a big part in that too. And then a few of his big buildings here. The first one is the Fisher Building, which was built by 1928. It's 440 feet tall, not including the steeple part. And it's located in the New Center area in Detroit. This is one of Albert Kahn's major works. And then the next one is the Ford River Rouge complex. It was built in, it was started, he started building it in 1917 and completed it 11 years later in 1928. It's built on 900 acres. It's located in Dearborn, Michigan. At the time, it was the largest factory in the world, with measuring 1.5 miles wide and 1 mile long. It also included 93 buildings and nearly 16 million square feet of factory floor space. Next is the Highland Park Ford plant, and this was built by 1910, and obviously it's located in Highland Park, which is 4.5 miles from Detroit. Currently it's not open to the public because it's run down right now. It was the second American production facility for the Model T, and it was the first factory in history to assemble cars on the moving assembly line. So again, Kahn and Ford worked closely in building this one to make the assembly line work. And then lastly, the Detroit Athletic Club, or as people know it, they often refer to it as the DAC. This was built by 1915. It's located in downtown Detroit, and this building was actually inspired when he went to Italy. And he went to Rome, and he based it off the building, the Palazzo Farnese. And then if you're a big Tigers fan like I am, you go to a lot of games, you'll see this right out in center field. It's the biggest building you'll see, making up the skyline, right out over the center field. So that was my History 141 video on Albert Kahn. Hope you enjoyed.